Hi, you guys. So if you've seen my other video, you know that my kitchen has been the victim of a burst pipe. And also, by the looks of it, a very slow insurance company and a really like MIA contractor. Okay, but anyway, today is fortuitous because this is actually the 100th day that I've been out of my home and that my kitchen has looked like this. I'm going to spare you guys the backdrop, but I just wanted to share with you that this is day 100 and you're going to come along this journey with me as well. So in the event that you are watching this video again for the second or third time, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's go. The liquid in garbanzo beans is called aquafaba, and it is a flavor lifesaver. Skip the water, use this instead, and reduce it to about 250 grams or a half a cup. I do this step first because it is going to take some time to cool. Ordinarily, I would show you just how easy it is to make your own pumpkin puree or any other squash that you use, butternut, or in this case, this little baby. It's velvety, rich, nutty. It is perfect. It's everything butternut squash wants to be. Trust me. Okay, it's like its sexy, expensive cousin. But since I don't have an oven, I can't show you how to roast it, which is super easy, just splitting it down the middle, but I'll tell you what I'll do. Until then, fly in canned pumpkin puree. 2 minutes and we are ready to go. Finely chop about 2 to 3 tablespoons of shallots, and then we're just going to sweat them in that vegan butter until they're translucent. This takes about 2 minutes max. You don't want this butter to brown. You just want to soften those shallots. Let it cool and then add it to the pumpkin. Obviously salt and a little bit of pepper in my great big hand, excuse me. And then a nice chunk of that vegan Parmesan cheese. This was about 4 ounces, so I have actually held a lot back. I'm going to see what this looks like. Yep, a little more. I have a spice blend of turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, and black pepper. You can add a little bit of nutmeg if you want to, and I'll give you the actual breakdown of this in the recipe. All right, so here we go. We've got 250 grams of 00 flour. To that, we are going to add about a teaspoon of salt because salt is flavor. Maybe a little more. There we go. I add about a good tablespoon of oil. The olive oil replaces the fat that's missing from the egg, and then obviously the aquafaba is not water, it's flavor. We're going to start with a little bit of There's another way to do this too in a food processor. But guess whose food processor blades are in the storage unit? A little at a time. This is going to come together really nicely. So you'll see it's looking a little dry, but if you'll notice how I'm kneading it and I'm pushing the moist dough into the drier dough to incorporate it. It's going to be kind of raggedy at first, but that's why you're going to knead it. Now, I actually had to take a break at this shot because I didn't secure the cutting board. So the next shot, you'll see I put a clean towel underneath there, and now I can actually work that dough. And I've been at this for about 10 minutes by this shot, and you can see how beautiful and smooth it's starting to get. Okay, still a little bit of work needs to be done. Okay, so see how comparatively smooth that is? This should rest for about an hour. Now, I have an old Italian nonna friend, and She says that we should wrap it in napkins, not plastic, and that every time she sees a cook on television wrap it in plastic, she just screams. So, okay, Gracie, here you go. So here's a really great thing about this recipe is one, you need to let the dough rest, right? So in the case like what's happening right now, I'm supposed to meet someone. I have a meeting I have to get to. So the dough has been resting. I actually put this in the refrigerator because I had to step away for a while. But take a look at that. Isn't that a beautiful baby? Oh, that's a pretty baby. Now, mine was in the refrigerator for a little while. I brought it back, not quite to room temperature. It's still a little bit cool, but it's not ice cold. And as you can see, she's nice and pliable. We don't want to excite her too much. We are going to cut 4 even pieces, even-ish. It's pasta. Don't sweat it. Cut, do not tear. These other pieces we are going to put back in that napkin. It doesn't dry out. And this first piece we are going to roll out. Now, I have a funny story, y'all. I had to run out and get cooking sherry. I came back to the house, get started on this, only to find out that my rolling pin was in storage. So this is a great hack. Not drinking it, but actually rolling with it. So that is what we are going to do today. There we go. And it works fine. Actually, it works really great because it's got a little bit of weight to it. And all I want to do is I want to take this and fold it to about, I want to roll it out to about 1/4 inch thick. And you can tell that the gluten is nice and relaxed because it does not spring back. See? See that? There we go. Okay, there's that. Now, I already know this is going to cause me some trouble, so I'm going to cut you off right here. And we are going to get ready to roll. You know what, before we get started with the dough, let's get our filling ready to go. Now you could use a spoon if you want to, but this is just a really cleaner, more controlled way to get the pumpkin into the pasta. Here, you just made yourself a pastry bag. And when we're ready to go, we're going to snip this end and get to work. So we'll just put it aside for now. Just a little wider. Can you see this? Oh, it's a beautiful thing, but it's still a little thick. Oh, I'm really stretching this one. Beautiful. Beautiful. Next, you're going to rough chop some sage, not that thick, and we are going to start that brown butter process by boiling off all of the moisture of the butter. I like to add my sage and my rosemary at the start of this so the sauce is completely infused with flavor. And this is also a really good reason not to use those sexy, I get it, dark nonstick skillets because you can't see what's happening. We want a nutty brown color just like that. And it really starts to happen fast and you can't judge the color if you can't see it. So that beautiful, that rich, that brown, hot, delicious. Okay, so next, let's add some pepper. Generously salt the water. You hear it all the time. Just makes things taste good. This is fresh pasta. You need 2 minutes, maybe 3. When they start to float, they are done. Oh, you guys, I forgot something. The rosemary, it gets nice and crisp in the brown butter too. I usually shave it off like this and add it to the raviolis as well. Oh, it's delicious. I God, that was fabulous. So this is a dish that you're definitely going to have to make a little bit more of because your carnivore friends are going to want to eat this too. It's got structure and complexity and the aromatics that are brought out by the turmeric and the ginger and a little bit of cinnamon. And look, if you want to add a little nutmeg, go ahead. Go ahead. But your vegan friends are going to love you and they're going to be very, very thankful that you love them so much too. Okay. I just ate the money shot.